Well, what's good, Wagering World? It's your boy, Five Star in Vegas, broadcasting live as always from beautiful Summerlin, Nevada. In here with my guy, my co-host, the only Sacramento Kings fan I know. What's good, spread of staff?
Beautiful morning in Sacramento, California. We have tennis all morning and NBA all evening. It's a dream for me, and I'm enjoying it.
Yeah, man, it's been quite a thing. So the spring is here, beautiful day on the West Coast. Sunny, the weather's back up to 70 about noon. So I can't complain at all, man. When you come outside and see all this beautiful sun, and then you can go right to the casino and pick up some money, man, it's always a good day, right?
Yep,
Um,
exactly.
yep, let's get to yesterday's news spread.
Yeah, another rough one for me. And when sometimes you're running bad and the ball's just not bouncing your way, I just got to go ahead and eat the loss there because I was on the wrong side. It's not like I say, oh, I was on the right. When my little losing streak started, a little bit of bad luck, but then turned into to just I underestimated the Timberwolves. They played absolutely great last night, and I was thinking about my handicap with the Warriors and looking into the schedule. When the Warriors originally lost Draymond Green, I was kind of down on the team, right? And I faded them for the first two games, and that worked out. Then they ran off 8 in a row. I said, well, maybe this team isn't as bad as I thought, right? Looking back, though, they haven't been beating the best teams. So, I put that on myself for not really putting in quality of competition going into the handicap. Bad loss for me, bad loss for the Warriors, but we'll give credit to the Minnesota Timberwolves, and it's an exciting story for fans of a franchise that really haven't had a lot of success. So. I'm working hard. Like I was telling you before we went on. If I was losing and I had been, kind of skirting my responsibilities or not putting 100% towards the handicaps, I'd be really down on myself. But I've been trying hard. These things happen, and I'm ready to go right back at it tonight. How did
Yes,
your game go yesterday?
my game went great, man. I got back on the winning strike side of things with Providence plus 10. They started out kind of slow. The first half, they were down 14. I'm sure all the people who followed me were panicking, but just as I knew they would do, Providence made a great run second half. They are so competitive. They're a very competitive team. They fight to the end. Um, they take on the personality of their coach, Ed Cooley, like I told you before, who's one of the best coaches in college basketball, not just the Big East. And I actually think that Providence is going to make a lot of noise, even though they ended up losing that game last night uh, to Villanova. I think Providence will make it the deepest run out of all the Big East teams when the tournament starts, just simply because their guard playing. They actually were missing their starting point guard last night, but they're so deep at the guard position, and all of those guys are competitive and can shoot, man. All of them have handle. Um, Ed Cool is very smart. Providence's past history, they were known for just playing defense, a lot of slashers. He's evolved his program and went and made sure that he recruited a lot of guys who could put the ball in the basket. And he has a lot of guards over there that can really, really, really put the ball in the basket. And also great guys down low who are good at getting offensive rebounds, uh, good at protecting the paint. So as I said, I really like Providence to make the deepest run out of all of the Big East teams. And we did cover last night fairly easy. And as I told you guys yesterday, as I expected, Providence had a chance to win the game at the end of the game. So great victory. Glad to get back on the winning side. Keep your head up, spread. I know how hard you work on this. I know your grind. So we're going to get things lined back up. I know how things are with this bet, man. These variables get to falling. I just took a tough loss, like I was telling you before we started.
Yeah.
Man, I had Rafford in game just now, caught him at the perfect price, plus 625. Threw an ungodly amount on him because I don't trust NCAA that they were playing. And they came back, had 4 opportunities to score within the last minute of the game to take the lead. Don't do it, get to overtime and get smoked. So it happens, man. There's different variables that go into this basketball that we can never factor. Draymond Green is huge for the Warriors, as I was talking about yesterday. And as long as he's gone, I personally can't back them at all because I know their defense isn't going to be the same without Draymond there. But we're over that. That was yesterday. Now let's get on today, man. What's the ball and parlay for today? Who you like today, Spread?
All right, ball and parlay, right? And full disclosure, because sometimes I just haven't picked the winners. This was a tough one between the Thunder plus 14.5, and I do like that play a lot. But my official play for today is going to be the Cleveland Cavaliers -4. When I capped this last night, I did not have this on my list because Darius Garland is out, and the Cavaliers, man, as good as they've been playing, boy, they got racked with injuries there, right? They lost Colin Sexton. Then they lost Ricky Rubio. They trade for Rajon Rondo. He's been in and out of the lineup. And Darius Garland, who's been the engine for that backcourt, also missing time. Now he's upgraded to questionable. So, full disclosure, if you haven't placed yet, maybe you want to wait until he's announced in, because the line movement indicates that the books expect him to be in. And I don't think there will be further movement when he is ruled in. And that's from the book side. Now, with the market moves it there, that's also a possibility. But I think that, most of the books and the top players are operating under the assumption that Darius Garland is going to play. With Darius Garland in the lineup, I do like the Cleveland Cavaliers to cover the spread against the Charlotte Hornets team that really struggles to defend. Monday night, they got absolutely blown out by the Milwaukee Bucks. Lose by a big margin there. That was their 11th loss in their last 13 games. And this is a young team. And you watch the Charlotte Hornets, and they remind me of an AAU team. They have a bunch of talent, but sometimes they don't play together. They like to take turns making flashy plays. And when they're on, they look absolutely fantastic. But it can fall apart pretty quickly, and they don't necessarily know how to do all the things that it takes to win on an NBA level. Now, these are young players, and I'm not saying they won't get there, but as of right now, I just don't think they're there yet. You look Darius Garland, right? He's still a pretty young player, right? But he's got a couple more years of NBA experience, and especially this year with the spotlight thrust upon him, has really taken things in his own hands and developed to be a team leader. Jared Allen has always been a good player, even though he doesn't have the best statistics. People who watch the NBA have always thought that he's a guy that does a lot to contribute to winning. The difference in this team, of course, has been the drafting of Evan Mobley, the versatile forward who can do it all. He can defend on the outside, he can defend on the inside, and he can score when need be. So with Mobley in the lineup, you have Allen and Mobley next to each other. Cavaliers have one of the best defenses in the league. They got Garland, who can create in the half-court setting and also run it out in transition. That's why the Cavaliers are currently third in the East, and I expect they will improve upon their record tonight and cover the 4-point spread. I got the Cavaliers -4.
All right, guys. So spread's going with the Cavs -4. Darius Garland is huge for that team.
Yeah, and if you want to wait, right? I mean, I'm giving this pick out right now, and he's still questionable. If you want to wait till he's ruled in, I see no problem in that, right? Because we're doing the show right now, right? This is about as late as we could possibly start.
Right.
But you don't have to place your bet till the game starts. So I'd also say, hey, if you want to wait, I would not be opposed to that either.
How many points do you think he's worth? Because I've noticed, just like I said, I always keep up with the NBA box scores and follow what's going on so I can be prepared when the playoffs actually start making some sharp bets. I've noticed that when he doesn't play, they really, really struggle, man. They really struggle getting the offense. He's like the whole key to their offense, man. He was the difference maker. That's why I don't expect them to keep the kid that they drafted out of Alabama too long. That was injured this year. What's his name? The kid
Colin Sexton. He's a great player, but doesn't fit in well. They're both ball dominant players.
Right.
Sexton averaged 25 points a game last year. He's a great kid, but you got to go with Garland the way things are working out.
Garland's decision making is much better. He's much more suited for 2022 style of basketball than Sexton is. But I really like Garland. How many points do you think he's worth?
So the line was about 3 last night. It only moved a point. Like I said, maybe it's another half point when he's officially rolled in. So they have him worth 1.5. Hey, I think you're right, though. Might be worth a little more. And a lot of that is just due to the fact that they are so thin in the backcourt right now. Maybe if they had Rondo taking over, but he'll most likely miss again tonight, right? So you're really dropping a lot of level. They're giving him about 1.5. I personally think it's a little more. I put it close to 3 or 3.5.
Definitely. Okay, well, guys, spread's going with Cleveland -4. Once again, you guys kind of hold on to right before tip and be, following Spread on Twitter at Spread ASTAIRE. He'll update you guys with whether with the status of Garland as soon as we get information. But I suggest that you guys try to bet that game with Garland playing because he's very intricate to the offense. Me personally, I'll be going with a road team in college basketball tonight. Going with Marquette -2. They'll be at DePaul. Marquette needs this game bad. They're one of those teams that's on the bubble. Shaka Smart had them playing really well at the beginning of the year. They've died out for a little bit, but they're still right on the fringe of making the tournament. If they want to make the tournament, there's no way that they can afford to lose to a team like DePaul, even though they're going to be in Chicago at DePaul Stadium. I really, really like Marquette against them. I really like, as I told you before, Shaka Smart and his system against DePaul. DePaul is one of those teams, as we spoke about earlier, we faded them and had a victory. They're just erratic. They don't really run any sets or anything. It's just pretty much just, you know, AAU ball, just, you know, best man-to-man defense and the best man on offense take your guy, you know, to the hole to make something happen. They have a great player in Javon Freeman Liberty. He's been carrying them since he's returned. He had 39 points the last game for DePaul, which was almost half of their scoring for that contest. They did get the victory, but I don't expect them to have back-to-back games like that at all. Marquette plays a super solid defense. They're ranked in the top 40 in field goal percentage. They defend the three at a higher rank. They're ranked 83rd in the country out of 300-plus teams at defending the three-pointer, which is very, very important in college basketball. They're also a team that doesn't give up many points as well. And on offense, they have a lot of versatility, a lot of shooters, a lot of guys who can pop out and hit a three. And once again, as I said, I really like Shaka Smart, and I like this spot for them. They haven't covered on the road in their last 4 contests, so I expect them to really focus this game and understand how meaningful this is to their tournament hopes. So we're going with Marquette -2 just because I trust their program and I trust their system more than I trust the way that DePaul plays. DePaul struggles with top-tier teams in the East, in the Big East, and Marquette isn't a top-tier team, but they're one of those teams that are one of the better teams. And I just feel like with their coaching and the players that they have lined up, they'll be able to cover this 2 points on the road. And we seek to continue this hot streak that we've had on college basketball. My system has been almost flawless, and I'll continue to try to hope that we can all capitalize from it. So you guys, today in the Ball and Parlay, I'm going to take Cavaliers -4. Please pay attention and make sure that Darius Garland is playing in the game if possible. And Marquette -2 on the road against DePaul. We're going to bet them straight, and we're going to parlay them. As always, we appreciate you tuning in to the Wagering World. We're on here Monday through Friday and SCOON TV exclusively. Once again, please follow Spread ASTAIRE on Twitter, and follow myself at 5-Star in Vegas, spell out the 5. Also subscribe to both our YouTube channels. Here's a Spread ASTAIRE, and mine is 5-Star in Vegas Sports Investments. As always, best of luck, and we'll see you guys tomorrow.